Hey guys, so it is the 11th of June, 2026, and I've been trying to think of a way to get with everybody and talk to them about this, and that has, it seems, with everybody's schedules and lives, uh, doing that is a bit problematic. So I thought, why not just tell you all at once the same way, and you can follow this, you know, review this any way you like. So what I'm going to do is tell you the situation briefly, and then if that's all you want and don't want to watch anymore, you don't have to. And then I'm going to go through a brief history of what's going on and what can be expected. So, as you know, I'm going to head on down tomorrow to be with Larry and help with his recovery. He's doing great, by the way. The doctors are really happy with the lack of side effects for him. So the therapy's starting out really good. Now we just have to pray that it takes, that he can live another decade or two. And if we'll know more in a month and know more in a year and all of that sort of thing. But so that's Larry. So here's my situation. Here's the nutshell situation. I've been diagnosed with prostate cancer. So that process started a year ago, August. My PSA was a little bit elevated. I don't have any symptoms. There's nothing that said, okay, go to the doctor, you need to look into something. I did not have that happen. It was just a normal screening. They said it's a little elevated. So they scheduled an MRI, which I had in September a year ago. So it's been a year and a half. And they found some lesions. And that's pretty conclusive, but not absolutely conclusive. I'm not at a stage where it's going to kill me. I'm not dying. It's very early, which is really the goal, is to find these things early. So I don't have symptoms. I wouldn't know if there weren't tests. And it could be as much as a decade from now before I would have probably would have symptoms of the next 3 to 5 years, maybe a decade. So if I did nothing right now, it would be probably at least a decade before this became a real health issue that could become life-threatening. It could be longer than that. It could be shorter than that. You guys remember Bill Miller went through this, and they did what was called watchful waiting, and they waited too long. And so that's what we want to avoid, is waiting too long. If I wait too long, right now it's very manageable. It's very contained within my prostate. What happens with prostate cancer, it will grow and metastasize and get outside of the prostate. It goes to their bones, and then you get bone cancer, and that will kill you. It will, at the very least, there's a lot they can do even if that happens. There's a lot of therapies. Men are living 5 and 10 years after it gets to that point with the proper therapies. So that, but I want to avoid getting to that place. And so, surgery was recommended to me a half a year ago or more as a possibility. If I were 5 years older, if my health was really bad, they would not even allow surgery. But I'm in the in-between stage, and everything's in between. Everything is very moderate. Which makes decision-making a little difficult because the moderate position, you can go this way or that way with this sort of thing. So I have done a lot of reading and watching lectures on this whole thing, talking to doctors. I've talked to my urologist, a radio oncologist, a regular oncologist, and my new general practice doctor, and they all recommend that I act rather than wait. So they've replaced watchful waiting. That's when it's very early and the symptoms and the diagnosis is very minor. The next stage is there's a phrase they use, sort of active surveillance. They want you to have active surveillance. I'm at the active surveillance stage at the very least. So there's, in prostate cancer, there's a thing called a Gleason score. And it's a combination of whether or not you have serious cancer cells on the right side or the left side of the prostate. So each side you have a score of up to 5. 4 is not good. 3 is you can wait. So on one side I have 3, on the other side I have 4. So again, it's moderate on the Gleason score. And so they did a needle biopsy of the prostate and then had that genetically tested. And again, the score came back. The range that they look at for our purposes, we'll just say, is somewhere between 40 and 80. All right. So my genetic score. So anything below 50, you can watch. You know, below 40, then you can watch and wait and surveil it. If it's above 40, they start getting concerned. If it's at 60, it's a must. You must do something. And so mine is at 51. So once again, right in the middle, and at the point of, yes, this is not a benign type of malignancy. This is becoming serious, especially on one side of my prostate. I had there's two basic kinds of therapy, and then there's a dozen minor types of therapy you can do. So I won't go into the minor ones at all. One is a radical, where they take it out. Anectomy, prostatectomy, anyway, where they take it out, and that's surgery. The other is radiation. If I was 5 years older, they would only do radiation. So the thing is, if you do radiation, then doing surgery later is very, very unhelpful, and they just don't do it. So everything being borderline, the results are very similar, and in the last 5 years, radiation has been refined to the point it's like a fraction of a percentage point better in results. It's almost insignificant difference. So I was thinking I was going to go ahead and have radiation. I had even scheduled to begin that, and then I talked to my brother Daryl, who had gone through this process, 7 years ago, and he had a terrific outcome with a fabulous surgeon. He had his surgically removed, which at his age category, he was around 60. They really, really want you to have surgery. They prefer that at that age. So he did. He's never regretted it. The side effects were short-lived, and he's been absolutely free from any cancer ever since. And so he really, really wanted me to go and talk to his surgeon, so I scheduled that. That was going to be in August, was the soonest I could get in to see this fellow. He was at a different hospital when Daryl saw him. He's now at City of Hope. And so I contacted his office, made an appointment. They said August is the late August, but they put me on a waiting list. Well, the waiting list came, and the time has moved up now to the 25th of June. I will be meeting with Dr. Yoshida at City of Hope on the 25th of June to discuss my situation. All my medical records have already been sent to them. They've already done an analysis. They had their own pathologist review the slides, and they said, yeah, this is, the diagnosis is correct. So it's like world-class second opinion. I'll see what Dr. Yoshida has to say. And then the good news is the one thing they tell you is hold on, my phone is ringing. Okay, so this is part 2, and I'm trying to remember where I was before the phone call. Um, so, yeah, I will be meeting with Dr. Yoshida on the 25th of June, and to review options and to see what his counsel is. And at the moment, I'm leaning towards surgery, but the date for that is off in the future. I think I was starting to say that one of the things they tell us is that we have lots of time. This is not an emergency. I don't have to be rushed into decision making. I have time to think about everything and weigh all the options. So again, that's what I'm attempting to do, and due diligence and talk to the best doctors. And so this is what I expect to happen. I will see Dr. Yoshida. If he gives me the option of surgery, I will go ahead and accept that and schedule that. And that probably would not happen until for months. You know, I have no idea how long. 3 months, 6 months. I have no idea. But that's going to be the goal of deciding. And yeah, so that's it. There's, you know, various side effects that can happen. So if you pray against that, I don't need to go into all of that. But side effects are not good things. Some are expected, some are a normal part of the healing process. They will probably put me on hormone blockers for a few months, which can cause a great drop in energy and also can be depressive. And so anyway, and energy, strength, depression, other than that, it's a lovely experience, I'm sure. But you know, at this point, the cure rate, where 5 years afterwards, is very, very high. And then if you go 5 years and you have no recurrence, the likelihood of having a recurrence is almost zero. They can't say absolutely, but it is almost zero. So to me, it'd be one thing never to have to think about again, and that'd be good. So that's my story. That's my situation. I wanted you all to know. I'm going to be announcing this to the church here in a few weeks after I get back from Larry's, and just letting them know what's going on as well, so that I wanted you guys to know first, obviously, and then we'll figure it out from there. Okay. So if you have any questions, you feel free to call me. Yeah. And I'm open to having lunch or dinner with any of you at any time, any and all of you, however you want to do it, and to discuss anything that you'd like to discuss. All right. I love you all from the depths of my heart. All right. Thank you. God bless.